First of all, from the funding, we tried banks, loans, and but banks here in Uganda are not very open to loaning to agriculture, agricultural businesses because of the uncertainty that comes with them. So also banks need collateral. So you need to own the land, you need to at least own almost everything that you have, but also they devalue a lot of the land and the properties that you have, because they say in case you fail to pay, we need to, put a favorable price that we can easily get our money out. So that one doesn't really favor you as a farmer. But also on top of giving you all those conditions, they're not very open to giving you the money. And if they give you the money, most times they're giving you very little money. So I can say in terms of sourcing for capital, it has mainly been family members helping out. And then as you grow the business, then you can start looking towards capital, like financing from banks. There's a program called SCF, which is mainly funded by government of Uganda through Bank of Uganda. They offer loans to farmers at a lower interest rate compared to the banks. But getting that SCF, you have to go through a commercial bank. The commercial bank then goes through to Bank of Uganda to get you like I don't know what to call it, but say like a kind of recommendation or confirmation that they can give you this money. The Bank of Uganda pays the commercial bank, but it's also not very easy to get it. I don't think it has been advertised, but I don't think very many farmers actually go for it. I haven't had very many people go for it, especially small farmers like us. And when you do, the process is so rigorous of confirmation that sometimes after 1 month, 2 months, you may just give up on the entire process. Well, I wouldn't say I feel the government support a lot, really, because like I said, a lot of things change with governments. At one point in time, the government decided that agriculture will not be taxed. Agricultural products and agricultural inputs like feeds will not be taxed. Then at another point in time, they decided that now they need to be taxed. So these changing programs kind of affect you, and you don't really feel like there's help from the government in terms of helping us, especially with organizing markets. And you asked me, have you thought about exporting to Kenya? The process of getting into the exporting business is not very easy, and one of the biggest things we fear as business people is taxes. So once the government, I feel like once sometimes the government realizes that you're making some little money, the first thing they will come to do is, to collect the taxes, regardless of how is the business growing. If I tax this person, will they still be existent in the next 5 years? So I can say for sure, as agricultural farmers or as myself, I really fear government involvement in my business, because the first thing I think of is taxation. And when I think about the taxation, I imagine I cannot survive with that kind of tax, because when I look through the taxes, I cannot survive. When I look through in terms of skilling, I haven't seen very many government programs in terms of, scholarships. Some of the scholarships we look for are from Netherlands. We look for, to help skill the farmers, because you need to keep skilling yourself and improving yourself. So some of the scholarships we see are maybe from Netherlands, from Europe, from those other countries. Not so much here in Uganda in terms of training farmers, in terms of training poultry farmers, or if they are there, you really need to have a connection or know someone to be able to access some of those programs. I'm pretty sure maybe they are there, but I just really don't know about them. I've not really had so much experience in engaging with other female business owners, but I think every opportunity you get to interact with other people in business, maybe especially women, is a good opportunity, because you don't know what could come out of it. Sometimes it may not necessarily be tangible or a financial, but just sharing some of the problems that you have. Or you could meet, say, another farmer, and they could to let you know and say, oh no, for us this is what we're doing. Some of the things we did in our earlier years to improve ourselves was to look for other broiler farmers like us and to see how they were doing it, and realize there's some farmers who are really doing so well, who are really successful. Unfortunately, there were not so many women farmers. Most of them were men, and it was mainly a male-dominated business. So if given the opportunity definitely to meet other entrepreneurs, I think it's a very good opportunity, because you can never know what you learn from someone else. It could be a financial learning. It would be someone from a financial institution, and they could give you advice on how to keep your books better. It could be someone in accounting. It could be someone maybe, like you said, in a hotel business, and they can help you with the market. So you can never really know. Or it could be someone in the tax industry, and they know how to deal with these tax issues or some of the challenges. Generally in business, you need every opportunity you get to engage with other people or other business people. One of the businesses I really drew inspiration from was Chick Poultry Breeders. When I saw myself, I said, surely I want to even grow so much bigger than them. But definitely, of course, being close to them, you see the challenges that they face, and you also realize they're still also on a path to growing and to getting there. So sometimes that can be discouraging, but we want to grow very big. We want to see Chicken Masters grow our borders beyond even Africa. We have thought about, can we deliver chicken with some contacts in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia? Are there countries in Europe where they don't rear this chicken? So we want to really grow our borders as far as we can. We don't want to just be limited to Uganda, because as you know, the market in Uganda can only grow so big. In terms of Uganda, the market is mainly in Kampala sometimes. So you really need to grow yourself outside, I would say, Kampala. But it's not easy breaking through, because the product that we're also selling, sometimes we realize is a bit of a luxury. Not everyone can afford chicken. So we want to grow our borders to some of these other countries that have, grown more developed than us, where chicken is really not a luxury. It is a dietary need. It is also some of the things that we were thinking about were, how can we turn chicken into a dietary need, especially for children, in terms of protein. So those are some of the things that we're really looking into development of a product that children can take in Africa to help them with these dietary needs. Also trainings, we're also really looking into trainings, and for me, given the opportunity, I would gladly be open to training. Some of the people, we had some contacts recently that we were talking to, and we wanted to start training refugees on how to make a small income through poultry rearing. So those are some of the things that we are looking to grow into, and we are really open to, One of the main things I would advise young women out there is to stay consistent. You have to stay consistent and not to give up. So many times I can say I thought of giving up, but when I looked back to the knowledge I had gained, the knowledge I had about the chicken, about the business, I thought, okay, am I just going to throw away this knowledge to start something? Sometimes as women, we want to be comfortable. When you look at your family, your children, you think, I need something, I need an income, a sustainable source of income. And sometimes business is not a very attractive, sustainable source of income. So you can settle. I must say, so many times I thought of settling and say, let me pull out my degree and go and look for employment somewhere, and I'll be sure of the income that's coming in to take care of my family or take care of me. But whenever I thought about the knowledge and the experience I was losing out on, I said, you know what, I have to keep going. I have to keep going. So one of the things that has kept me going is just never giving up, staying consistent, believing and saying, okay, there's more, I can reach farther. If I can just push this year, if I can push another year, then I can do it more and more. Yes.